even if someone hasn't already got there ahead of you. The lady, Helene or whoever, she's still a threat.
We can take care of her?
We? Oh, no, Mr. Priest. This is your problem for you to solve any way you see fit.
You are surprised to see me, Mr. Collier?
Yes, you could say that. But then you've been a constant surprise to me since our first meeting.
Treasure. He said they had found treasure in a cave.
Martin Priest is a liar.
Lock her up.
Morning, David. Your what? What exactly? What have you found?
Well, here I am, David.
So what did you want to see me about? What have you found?
These. Do you know what these are?
Yes. They're sapphires. The eyes of love, stolen from the death mask in the tomb of Aphrodite.
Who by?
Your brother? And I'll give you $1 million for them. Cash.
You're not even surprised. You've known about them all along, haven't you?
Of their existence and the existence of the tomb, yes. But as to their whereabouts and the location of the tomb, well, unfortunately, I've never been in possession of that information. You see, in business of this kind, people tend not to be very trusting.
You want to buy these?
Well, naturally. And all the other artifacts. That's why I came to Cyprus. You see, your brother and I had already entered into negotiations over those sapphires before he was killed. Yes, I think I can safely confirm that Barry's death was no accident. But that's hardly a surprise to you, is it?
Did you
Me? For what reason? No, I told you. Barry and I had come to an amicable arrangement.
Oh, yes, of course. You paid a deposit, didn't you? The money in the briefcase, £50,000.
Oh, no. Well, he didn't get that money from me.
From where, then?
Well, it would seem that I have competition. But not from a buyer that I would recommend anybody to do business with. Someone totally dishonest and entirely without scruples.
Well, whoever paid over the money didn't get the sapphires, did they?
Obviously not. Tell me, where did you find them?
They were in one of the ice trays, in the fridge, in Barry's apartment.
How apt. Frozen assets, literally. And right under our noses, too. That's very amusing. I must speak to my associates about that.
You had them looking for these?
Well, I wouldn't have been unhappy if they'd found them. But, no, principally for a lead to the location of the tomb itself. I take it you still can't be of any help to me on that score.
I don't know anything about a tomb. But if Morrison was in on the robbery with Barry, he must... Oh, of course. That's the reason you agreed to help me find him, isn't it? And your two bloodhounds still haven't been able to track him down, eh? Pity. For both of us.
Morrison's dead. Murdered.
Who by?
Same person who killed your brother?
I want a name. Give me a name.
I'm sorry, David. But you just have the sapphires. And I may still have to do business with the killer, however distasteful that may be to me. But I like you. No, really, I do. So I'll tell you what, when this is all over, when everything is tied up, I'll give you that name as a bonus, I promise. And what you do then, well, that'll be entirely up to you, won't it? So what do you say, David? $1 million in cash. Or if you prefer, a certified check drawn on just about any bank in the world. And you can take the money in the currency of your choice. Swiss francs, German marks, yen, rubles even.
But they don't belong to me.
Of course they do. Those jewels are part of Barry's legacy to you. Okay, so maybe technically he stole them, but when you get right down to it, who from, huh? I mean, who's the loser? Not some insurance company, that's for sure. It's not as though he broke into Tiffany's for them, is it? He got those out of a hole in the ground somewhere. Someplace no one's been into for 1,000 years. A place no one even knew was there. Those sapphires, well, they're sort of lost property. Finders keepers, right? Okay, so Barry found them, and suddenly you got lucky. Boy, you're standing at the end of the rainbow. Hey!
$1 million.
That's a fair price, David, believe me. You won't find anyone who will top it. So what do you say? Is it a deal? Set you up for life, that kind of money. And like I said, as a bonus later on, I'll give you that name you want. David? What's the matter? What is it?
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. These sapphires aren't mine to sell. Nor were they Barry's.
Where are you going? What are you going to do with them?
I'm taking them back where they belong.
I should have known. Of course. Helene. I should have known.
You want us to go after them?
There was nothing we could do.
Against them? Of course not.
We will take you where you want to go.
Hello, David. Cutting yourself a slice of the cake, eh? And if it isn't the beautiful and talkative Helen, eh? You must be Haralambos. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Back to square one. So Morrison did let you in on our little secret before I got to him. Or have you known about this place all along?
The name. The name Hellman wouldn't give me. You killed my brother.
I'm sorry about this.
It is finished, Englishman.
I tried! I tried!
Andreas!
Well, there's nothing here for me now, so there's no point in hanging around. Besides, it's getting late. Soon she'll be coming back to me again, and I wouldn't want to keep her waiting. So let's get underway. We're going home.
Right.
Peter Miller, electrocuted. Verdict, accidental death. Edward Willett fell from a cantilever crane. Verdict, accidental death. Jack Ranson, he was killed during some rock blasting. Alexis Iolades, one of the Cypriots employed on the Jordan Neve site. Until now, it's thought that he committed suicide. Barry Collier.
Killed when the car he was driving went over a cliff. Verdict, accidental death. And Morrison?
According to your statement, I think there's little doubt that he's also dead.
8 murders. The friendly Mr. Priest racked up quite a score, didn't he?
8?
Haralambos, in cold blood. And indirectly Helene.
Yes. Well, he has paid for his crimes with his own life.
Oh, you tell them that. I don't think they'd find much consolation in it.
There seldom is consolation in justice of any kind. Or even satisfaction. Just some sort of balance. Dimas. Yes. No. Thank you. The American Hellman. His yacht has sailed and is already out of Cypriot territorial waters. Not that I think we would have enough evidence to charge him with anything.
What about Basilios?
We are looking for him.
He could be anywhere.
Yes, he could.
Why did he just walk away like that?
He did not wish to become involved with the police. Neither he nor his friends, remember?
But why?
A mystery within a mystery.
There's the car. Helen is Alfetta. The registration may give you a lead to him.
We already checked on that. The number plates are false and it's not registered. Yes, I know. Another question mark. Thank you.
9 people dead. And for what?
The tomb of Aphrodite. One of the richest archaeological treasures in the world. And sadly lost to us forever.
But surely you will excavate, Professor.
I doubt it. The sea now covers the entrance. We will, of course, take advice, but in my opinion, it would be too difficult and very dangerous. Look. The ground is unsafe. And with the pressure of water in the chamber, any attempted excavation, and I think the whole headland would collapse into the sea. Pity. No more than that, a tragedy. Great loss for mankind. Still, Aphrodite will rest in peace beneath the sea, from where she came and where she belongs to, I suppose. Nevertheless, a great loss. What a find the tomb would have been. More exciting even than Schliemann's discovery of Troy. Just think how much it might have added to our knowledge. One of the great burial chambers of the Ptolemaic period, and of greater historical interest than the pyramids. Imagine the work that must have been put into it all those centuries ago.
But why? I mean, why a tomb for a goddess?
When the Hellenistic civilization was in decline, and barbarism and other religions threatened this area of the Mediterranean, the people in their despair believed that the old gods must be dead. So they buried effigies of them. And as Cyprus was the birthplace of Aphrodite, it was only fitting that her tomb should also be on the island. Of course, they were wrong to believe that the gods were dead. They weren't. They had merely deserted them. And if they had really thought about it, they will realize that. All gods and goddesses are immortal. They cannot die. A tragedy. From the photographs, it has to have been magnificent.
Yes, it was.
And you saw it. You saw it with your own eyes. You are a very privileged person, Mr. Collier.
I'll tell you something. Wasn't worth the entrance fee.
settled?
Yes, I've left everything in his hands. He has full power of attorney.
He's a good lawyer. He'll not cheat you.
It's good of you to drive me to the airport.
Not at all. The least I could do.
Any new developments?
No, we still haven't found Basilius.
The briefcase with the money in it?
Not a trace of it anywhere.
Well, maybe it's finally vanished for good.
Possibly. Its purpose accomplished. But I have a feeling the money was a mere catalyst. A means to an end.
Right.
An intriguing case, and one with still so many questions left unanswered. For instance, the woman Helene, Charalambos, Basilius. They went to such lengths, acted so deviously. But what was their interest? They were clearly not looking for profit from the tomb. They gained nothing.
Two of them died.
Exactly. But to achieve what? And Basilius has disappeared without a trace. Why? He has nothing to fear. He has done nothing illegal.
As you said, so many questions.
And here's another. Hellman offered you $1 million for those sapphires. That's a great deal of money. A temptation for anyone. One I don't think many people could have resisted. Me included. But you did. You refused his offer and took the jewels back to the tomb. Why?
I don't know.
Perhaps because you couldn't help yourself. Well, if you are ready then. On the way to the airport, do you mind if we make a slight detour? There is something I'd like to show you. It won't take long, and we have the time. Apollo.
That has some significance?
Apollo? No. No, I think no. Nor Hermes. This belongs to you.
I saw these carvings in the tomb.
Do you know what they say? Professor Stiliano translated them for me. It is a warning, if you like, a threat. The inscription makes it plain that the tomb is dedicated to Aphrodite, and that it is under the protection of the goddess herself, with Dionysus and Pan as co-guardians. And it goes on to say that violation of the tomb would be sacrilege and would bring down on the offender or offenders the full wrath and vengeance of these three divinities. Well, the tomb was violated, wasn't it? And 5 of those who were guilty of that sacrilege, including your brother, paid the ultimate penalty for their crime. Police killed them. And undoubtedly in time he must also have killed Morrison. But that would have left the gods unsatisfied. The vengeance of Aphrodite, Dionysus and Pan would not have been complete. Priests also had to be destroyed. And those artifacts already stolen from the tomb, returned to it. And the future of Aphrodite's resting place, undefiled and undisturbed, ensured. And to achieve those ends, what would have amused those 3 more than, well, as in ancient times, than to use some poor unsuspecting mortal?
Oh, come on now. This has got to be some kind of a joke. Either that... Now, you're not suggesting...
Please, come.
Pan, the mischief maker.
It's Haralambos. It's him, I tell you. It's Haralambos.
Dionysus, god of wine.
Basilios. Basilios.
The goddess of love and beauty. Aphrodite.
It's them. Haralambos. Basilios. Helene. It's them.
A positive identification, Mr. Collier.
But it isn't possible. Is it?
There are some who'd say it was. But I'm a man of the 20th century and a police officer. I deal in facts. Evidence. And there are no facts, no evidence to support such a preposterous theory. But I am also a Cypriot. And this is a magic island. So I put it to you as a possibility, but nothing more. The past, Mr. Collier, whichever way you look at it, 2,000 years or 3 days, it makes no difference. It is still the past. And today and the future are waiting for you. And these are only statues.
Goodbye, and thank you.
For what?
The detour.
Perhaps one day you will return to Cyprus.
Or perhaps.
I hope
We'll
so.
see.
But you never know what you might find waiting for you.
Has it occurred to you? If they were using me, they were also using you.
Of course. But isn't that the destiny of us all? To be the plaything of the gods. Hello, Aphrodite.
Excuse me, sir. I'm afraid your case will have to go under your seat.
All gods and goddesses are immortal. They cannot die.